Hey kids, what time is it?
What time is it?
It's Community Conversations time.
It's Community Conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee. From New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that Community Conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educating them without opinion.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1-hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are doing.
In terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
Hi. Good evening to all of our news-loving fans. It is now 5:01 p.m. for me, but 7 p.m. for you. I'm Emilia Tos in Costa Rica.
And I'm C. Ron Allen, and we're in Homestead, Florida, filling in for Alex, who is under the weather.
And welcome to this week's episode of Community Conversations, dedicated to all the students who are on spring break.
Speaking of spring break, we are sure that delicious treat that we call ice cream will be on the minds of several spring breakers this coming week, Amelia. But let me ask you one question. Can ice cream be controversial in any way? Guess what? We'll have the answer to that question and more later in the show.
Oh.
Tonight we have another banner show for you, so sit back, get ready for this 1-hour ride as we tell you about a group of ladies, some young and some a bit more seasoned, who will be honored tomorrow for their bravery and courage.
After that, we will have a 411 on the upcoming, a popular basketball player who may one day run for the highest public office in the U.S.
Wow. And we'll tell you about a spring break camp where next week students will be banging on drums, painting on canvas, and learning different dances from across the globe. A story you'll hear only on Community Conversations.
The third time was almost a charm for SpaceX Starship. The most powerful rocket ever launched reached orbit, remained airborne for about an hour, and made it nearly halfway around the globe yesterday morning before communication was lost, and it broke apart, re-entering the atmosphere. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, very.
Even though the test didn't end up as planned in splashdown in the Indian Ocean, Starship did achieve a few key milestones, including opening and closing its payload door in flight. I'm going to need a map for that, honestly.
Well, you know what I'm thinking, Amelia? Somehow we got to try to get an astronaut or someone who went to space before on the show, because if the ship went up and the door opened and it came down, according to them, it blew up and not blew up. I don't want to use the word, but it disintegrated and came down. Same thing, just as bad. But how are they going to get back home? Is another ship's going to come? I have a lot of questions about how these space vehicles operate.
Honestly, yeah. Because I imagine there was a lot of monitoring, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Wow.
Space watchers are hailing the launch as a major achievement. NASA chief Bill Nelson called it a successful test flight. And SpaceX founder Elon Musk posted, "Starships will take humanity to Mars."
Take humanity to Mars. Speaking of Elon Musk, I forgot. That's a show for another day. But could one of the NBA, hey, after what he did to Don Lemon, you know how we feel about that.
It's very interesting because actually, okay, so you know how Teslas are supposed to drive themselves.
Uh-huh.
the Costa Rican government is going to start banning those functions in Teslas here
Really?
because they need a measure for the streets, for the roads, and they need a guide. And in Costa Rica, you can have big streets, you can have small streets, you can have one-way streets.
Right.
So the cars have been causing accidents.
Really?
Yeah.
A story we will explore soon on Community Conversations. But could one of the NBA's top players be eyeing the top of the ticket? Well, Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors appeared on CBS Mornings this week, when he said he might consider running for president someday if it meant he could leverage every part of his influence for good. When asked about a 2028 campaign, he said that might be a little too soon. See, Curry was promoting his new kid book called I Am Extraordinary, about a girl named Zoe who struggles with her confidence on the soccer field because she wears hearing aids. Now, during the interview, Curry shared his personal past challenges with being called a late bloomer and how he worked to build his own self-confidence. The all-star point guard turned 36 yesterday. Happy birthday, Mr. Curry, which is old enough to run for the highest office in the land. How old do you need to be to run for office in Costa Rica?
It really depends on the position, I think.
Okay.
You've got everyone running, but it's mostly middle-aged,
Old people.
50s.
And old people, right? Hey, I just
No comment.
can't say, but I can say, okay. All right, moving right along. What's happening this Sunday, Amelia?
Well, the Sunday is St. Patrick's Day, which for some people, it means it's time to wear green. You know, I remember when I always fell during a school day. Everybody would always have to wear something green or you would get like pinched.
Really?
It was bad.
Wear green or get pinched? Oh, man, I'll be getting pinched all the time then.
Even for Women's Day, I forgot to wear purple. And my best friend was like, "What are you doing? You have to." But in Chicago, it's also time for the annual tradition dating back to 1962. Tomorroorow, a group of local plumbers will set out on boats to dye a portion of the city's 156-mile river a signature green hue.
Wow.
They'll dump in 50 pounds of a secret orange-red vegetable-based powder that magically turns into a bright shade of green that lasts 24 to 48 hours. It's also a family tradition. According to the parade, relatives of the original dyers still participate, but unlike in the early years, the dye used today is eco-friendly. Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
We don't want to be eating fish and then
Green fish. Yeah.
No. If you want to learn more fun facts about this annual holiday, you're already in luck. We've posted a new free Kids Connect worksheet on our resources page.
Two things. I can just imagine the Chicago Tribune and all the newspapers headline on Sunday, on Monday. The rivers flowed green in Chicago yesterday. Wow.
Isn't it that they also sometimes put like a bunch of rubber ducks?
Yes, we raced rubber ducks. Some years ago, we raced rubber ducks in Delray in a coastal waterway for Rotary as a fundraiser. That was an experience. Speaking of Rotary and fundraiser, Miss Franklin just said, "Tell you hello, Amelia." She's watching your fan club chairperson. Now, Amelia just told you about Chicago. I'm going to tell you about closer to home for you folks in Delray Beach, Palm Beach County. This year's parade will be led by an extraordinary group of women and incredible women's veterans of the Armed Forces, United States Armed Forces. Now, these distinguished veterans will serve as the Grand Marshals, symbolizing the bravery, dedication, and sacrifices made by women in the military. Escorting those women will be kids from KOP Mentoring Network. What an awesome experience. Wow.
What an honor.
Yes. Now, the parade is scheduled to kick off at 12 noon at the Intracoastal Waterway and run east to the fire department at West Atlantic and Northwest Fifth Avenues. I can assure you those folks are going to have a great time. Last parade, I drove the golf cart for, I think it was a 102-year-old veteran and a 99 or 98-year-old woman, though, a widow, and she was a wave. A female who
Wow.
served in the armed forces. It was an
That's
experience. And I'm doing everything, Amelia. I'm about 3 hours away from Delray tonight, attending a wedding down here. But I'm gonna try my best to be back there tomorrow. I'm supposed to, I have the ability to stay overnight, but I'm gonna try my best to get back because I can't afford to miss that parade. I look forward to St. Patty's Day parade every year. But anyway,
that's
folks,
amazing. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. Beginning next Monday, the Riviera Beach Heights Garden will transform into a vibrant hub of creativity and growth as it hosts Camp Imagination 24. Now, the 6-day camp invites children to immerse themselves in the arts and personal development through a series of engaging outdoor activities. Each morning, campers will have the opportunity to express themselves through drumming, canvas painting, and dance in the beautiful surroundings of the garden. These activities are designed to inspire creativity and foster a sense of community among the campers.
The afternoons at Camp Imagination 24 are dedicated to intense emotional intelligence workshops. These sessions aim to equip campers with skills to understand and manage their emotions, which, might I add, is super important. Super important. Super top.
It's interesting to say that, Amelia, because there are a lot of people, when I tell them about the work that we're doing in our mentoring program on emotional intelligence, they're clueless. They have no concept, no idea whatsoever why we're doing that. And some even argue, why are we messing with the mind? And so I think it's important for us to, not tonight, but one night for us to have some dialogue on that. I definitely would love to have someone to come in and talk more about that.
I'd love to talk about that because I was actually studying psychology, so right on the dot.
Well, hey, you'll share shares. You swap chairs at night, and you'll be the guest. Hey.
I think my friends would love that.
Okay.
As well as helping them understanding and managing their emotions, they're also enhancing their communication abilities. The part where you usually stand up and talk during class, or maybe get on a show and start talking to other people, or maybe just see someone on the street and start talking to them. That is extremely important.
Love it. I love it.
As well as to build resilience. A unique feature of the camp is the lunch hour, where campers will enjoy meals prepared from the fresh produce grown right in the Riviera Beach Heights garden.
Speaking of Heights garden and produce, the chef just called me about 2 minutes ago. So I'm sure she's probably either watching the show or calling. I hope she's not calling to cancel for Monday. But anyway, this farm to table experience not only promotes healthy eating, but also teaches the value of sustainability, very important, and the joy of harvesting one's food. Very important. Very interesting.
Yeah. Barbie is getting the royal treatment with a makeover fit for a queen. In honor of International Women's Day, Queen Camilla received a commemorative Barbie made in her likeness. The 76-year-old serves as president of the Women of the World, or WOW Foundation, an organization that promotes gender equality and has just finished touring local schools with the WOW Girls Festival bus. At the Buckingham Palace event, the Queen and her mini me were decked out in matching blue dresses and black coats. Seemingly pleased with her likeness, Camilla said, "You've taken about 50 years of my life. We should all have a Barbie. But
Yes.
only the Queen will have this particular doll. It's not for sale to the general public."
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Do you have a Barbie?
No,
You don't. Okay. All
I have
right.
an American Girl doll.
Oh, you do. What's the difference?
The size. My American Girl doll is big.
Okay. Got you. Got you. Earlier,
Yeah.
we asked you about, can ice cream be controversial? Well, the answer to that question is apparently yes. If you're Walt Disney World and serving up something new for Women's History Month, which we're celebrating as Amelia just shared with you. The issue with Minnie's Kitchen Sink Sunday isn't the ice cream, the sprinkles. It is rather what is served in. You see a sink shaped like Minnie Mouse's polka dot dress with a faucet and two handles covered in her gloved hands. Now, folks, the theme plays off the everything but the kitchen sink phrase, like Minnie's Kitchen Sink Sunday did in the past. But for some people, a redesign that links a sink with Women's History Month isn't sitting too well. Get a life, people. According to USA Today, a neurosurgeon with nearly 2 million TikTok followers voiced concern about a message that seems to suggest that a woman's place is in the kitchen. Wow. Okay. Disney did not respond to the newspaper's request for a commitment. Well, let's see if they're going to respond to our request for a comment. Disney or any rep, if you're out there listening, we're going to give you a chance to come in and explain why you took this novel approach. Very creative. So we would love to hear from you, Disney. Give us a call at 561-665-0151, and Amelia will be happy to ask you those questions.
Let me remind you, folks, that our Fund the Future of Journalism campaign is in full swing, and we hope you join us. We are a nonprofit, and all donations go right back into producing this broadcast and helping us expand into more homes and schools. Donations can be made through our secure portal on our website at www.kopmn.org. Or you can just call us at 561-665-0151. It's right down below.
Thank you much. And let me just say, full disclosure, I have Denaya Strawn in my ears trying to tell us how to run the show. You're not here tonight, so I'm not sure. I think Robert Dodd's producing the show tonight. But Denaya, you're not here. You had a chance to be here. You choose to leave town. So she's asking, why am I in a car doing the show? I told you guys that I'm at a wedding. The wedding's going on. And then I got a call saying, Alex is sick. Alex can't make it. And I'm out of town. So you're out of town. You're the producer. You should be here to make sure the show goes on. Thank God for Amelia. Amelia, I don't know what I would do without you. I'm not sure what we would do without you. If you were close to Amelia, we'd promote you immediately on the spot to producer. But anyway, here in America, Tuesday is election day in many of our listening and viewing areas. Is it election day in Costa Rica as well?
Election day.
Yeah. When they go to the polls to cast their ballots for the president.
Is it this week?
You guys don't have election down there this year, right?
No. We had one last year.
Okay, got you.
Oh my God, that reminds me. I have to send my ballots.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this. Because the last time you told us a few months ago, yeah, I'm registered, Mr. Searon. I'm going to vote. So
Well,
I'm not.
I already know who I'm casting my vote to, so.
Well, whoever you cast it for, put my name in there. But make sure you vote, please. Okay? The day, though, Amelia, is very important. It's very important. Let me tell you why.
Why?
It's an opportunity for citizens to make their voices heard and participate in our democracy. I'm sure Brother John and Mr. Dodd and whomever they have tonight going to talk more about that later. So if you're listening out there, young people, please remind your parents, your aunties, your husbands, your uncles, your cousins, and everybody you know in your neighborhood to go out to vote. It's a valuable chance for them to, a great chance for them to truly contribute to the decision-making process that, Amelia, that shapes our nation and our communities. The importance of going out to vote.
Yes. And as I always like to say, your vote equals you have a voice in the matter. You don't vote, you can't talk about it.
I have a say.
No complaining. Absolutely not.
And speaking of complaining, I can't complain because I'm actually missing the food. They're passing by me with the food, and I'm going to miss my dinner tonight, Amelia. That's all right. Thanks to Denia Strawn. Anyway, what does we have?
Have you ever heard about people complaining all the time about how news is usually bad?
Yeah, I hear it all the time. Y'all don't report the good news. Always bad news. Every time we turn the news on, it's bad stuff.
Well, that's not really true because here at Community Conversations, we make sure you have a dose of good news.
Tell them, girl.
About what kids are doing around the world and even in your community.
Hey, guess what? So if you know someone who should be hanging with us tonight, pick up that phone, give them a call, or text them and let them know that your number one TV show, Community Conversation, is on. Speaking of TV show, I'm running across these people, and when I tell them I have a TV show on Friday,
You cut off. I think he's talking to himself. Anyways, Mr. Searon is having some technical difficulties, as happens when you're dealing with technology. Technology has its issues, and that's fine. That's okay. So if this is your first time hanging out with us, welcome. We have been providing unfiltered news about what young people are doing around the world over the past 4 years, I believe. Because last time I said 3 years, Neil corrected me. We are committed to ensuring you have the latest news about youth, whether it's about them doing great things in school, on the athletic field, or court, or even in their houses of worship. Well, I'm not sure if Mr. Searon is going to be okay with this, and now it is that time for Trending Now with Mr. John and Mr. Dodd.
Move my body just like this. I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. When I
man, she uh looks like, of course, we saw that Mr. C. Ron is at a wedding. Congratulations to the bride and groom of that particular wedding. And yeah, here with Amelia. So we're gonna rock it out. But yeah, man, I know Mr. C. Ron mentioned the importance of voting. We have the general election here for president in November. Throughout the history, or at least recently, both this past week, both President Biden and
Donald Trump.
the former president, Donald Trump, will be facing off for the general president election in November. So we're back at it. Joe
Round
Biden
two.
got the nomination on I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Super Tuesday too. And then as well as Donald Trump got the nomination as well. So over these next months, people are going to be, gearing up for this showdown part 2. And so, yeah, it'll be
It's going to be an
interesting
interesting
to see
ride.
how everything plays out.
Honestly, yeah. I was kind of shocked when I saw the news.
Okay.
Because I don't. Hi.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing? How you doing? You know what? I'm trying to learn this technology. But anyway.
Come on now, Mr. Dodd.
It happens.
You understand?
The community
Check this
is
out.
counting on you. They're counting on you. Your technology.
You know
They
what?
were
I had
waiting
my
for your
cell phone up.
presence.
Technology fails.
I had my cell phone up, and I'm looking at myself on the cell phone, and I'm saying hello, hello, and nobody's hearing me. So, I have to switch back and forth, huh?
Got it, man. We definitely
It's all good.
We definitely gonna make it work. Man, it's glad that you're here. Brother C. Ron kind of dipped out on us, and so we're gonna be rocking. And I know he mentioned earlier, that the city of Delray Beach will be honoring some brave women for their unwavering commitment to freedom. You know anything about that, Mr. Dodd?
I do. We have the honor of being with these women who are war heroes on a float on the parade for tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I'm taking a bunch of kids, and it's a privilege for them to be able to be with them and to recognize them, which is overdue. So yes, I am excited myself.
I would say, man, that is cool, man. Must add, through that selection of these remarkable women as Grand Marshals, it reflects our community's commitment to honoring all service members. It's even more special that they are acknowledging the often overlooked contributions of women in our nation's defense.
You're right, John. I am deeply honored to have have these heroic women leading our parade and to join them as they get their due recognition. Their service and sacrifice embodies the spirit of our nation. It is only fitting that we celebrate and recognize their contribution in such a significant way. The parade will feature various displays along with marching band, floats, and servicemen past and present. By the way, the election is Tuesday.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, the election is Tuesday. Exciting times, man. It's all about, getting out to vote and, making a difference in our community. So
that's the only way. That is definitely the only way that our vote count. If we don't get out there,
we're able to exactly, and that's another way we're able to, that's how we voice our opinion is through our vote.
That's right. That is so true. That is so true.
Man, it's good seeing you, brother.
Yeah.
As always, what else do you have planned this weekend?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to get me some rest. Okay, because I've been running and running, and like I'm tired, bro. You know, I'm tired.
Likewise.
I gotta have some energy, especially when I'm hanging out with the kids. I got to have some energy, man. So I'm gonna do the parade, and after the parade, I'm gonna go home and relax.
There you go. And also, man, it's March Madness time, so basketball will be out and about. So there's a bunch of conference tournaments. FAU is actually playing tonight, so if we have any FAU fans listening, the game is on ESPNU currently. They are playing North Texas, and they win tonight, they win tomorrow, and if they win on Sunday, then they'll win the American Athletic Conference Championship. So exciting times, in Palm Beach County. And for myself, man, I will be going to see the play Hamilton on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they'll be down in Miami. That was actually my Christmas gift from my sister. So
beautiful.
I'll be checking out Hamilton on Sunday down in Miami. So
you gotta let me know how that is, man.
Man, I'll definitely follow up, next week and let you guys know how I enjoyed it. This will be my second time seeing it, but it'll be my the first time for my girlfriend to see it as well. So excited to be able to check it out with her. And outside of that, man, I plan to be kicking it, watch a little basketball over the weekend, and get ready for another week of work, man.
Well, I got to go out and get me a tuxedo because on the 29th, I have this affair to go to, and they told me I got to have a tuxedo.
There
so
you go.
I went looking today. I'm going to go ahead and break down.
Black bow tie.
Why not? I'm going to look good.
Good deal, man. Well, it was good seeing you. And Jeremiah, if you can sign us off, man. Good seeing you. And
you too, man.
Yeah, man.
Take care, man, and enjoy the play. All right.
Appreciate you,
man. Take us off. Continue on, y'all.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Hi, you're back.
Hello. You know what, Amelia, here at Community Conversations, we take full advantage of remote technology. I tell you about it. I am truly remote down here in Homestead. Boy, to engage the next generation with news that will inform without fear and educate without opinion. Amelia, if you only see what I had to do to be on the air right now, there's a saying: if you saw how sausage is made, you never eat it. Well, if folks only know what we had to go through down here to be on this air. But anyway, we're here. That's what matters. That's right? Thank you.
Yes.
Shout out to my man Javier, who allowed me to use his Wi-Fi hotspot and all that good stuff. Thanks, Javier.
I just want to see, you looked out in the car and you just see Mr. Sion with 4 cell phones.
And 2 laptops.
Oh, of course.
And these folks shining the light on me, trying to get me some lights out here now.
Yeah, it's actually getting dark here. But I have a ring light, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be able, I can see the sunset. And it's,
Excuse me.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
What time the sun sets here now? Is it? I'm not even sure.
I don't know. I always find it so weird that it sets so late.
Really?
I'm really, when I'm there and I'm in my grandma's, at 5, I'm already okay. Okay, I gotta start getting ready for the night. But no, it's still daytime. Here, as soon as it's 5:30, the sun starts setting. You start getting ready for the nighttime, and you're doing good.
Well, your mornings are early. Your mornings, you have longer mornings then. No, you have longer mornings, right?
The sun rises fully at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay. All right. Are you a morning person or evening?
Evening.
Okay.
Evening. I cannot deal with mornings, and it's horrible.
All right.
If I could, I would honestly take everything at night, but no. Anyways, it's time for birthday shout-outs. So, happy birthday to Andrea Burton.
Okay, Miss Bruton, happy birthday to you as well as to my friend April Williams.
Mr. Stanley
Quintilli.
Thank you. And
another fraternity brother.
Oh. And that's from all of your friends here at Community Conversations.
Wake up, Jeremiah. Wake up.
I just say silent.
A huge thanks to all the adults, parents, grandparents, educators, and responsible community servants who every Friday night hang out with us to share ideas and install values in us, the leaders of tomorrow. We hear from you in the streets, we get your texts and emails, and we value your feedback. You are indeed contributing to your community as our mentors, and for that we say thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Madison from Kingston, Jamaica, and I just want to give a big up to Community Conversations. We watch you, we love you, and we really enjoy what you do. Thank you so much and keep up the good work.
Junior got to be the best 11-year-old I ever seen touch a basketball. First of all, his game is just way too advanced. Like, he doing and thinking about stuff that shouldn't be going through his head at that age. Bruh, being on this island is dangerous. Some of these setup moves is pro level. Then he finishing both hands crazy. Bro, different. Tween, where you going, stupid? Hey, this right here reminded me of Steve Francis. If you know, you know. That Hezzy is...
Here at KOP, we believe that leadership training prepares youth to manage their time, work in a team setting, set goals, start conversations, facilitate meetings, and make effective presentations, all of which are positive life skills that they will carry into adulthood. Please direct your attention to our friend, Mr. John Maxwell, for our Leadership Minute.
Hi, John Maxwell here. Glad you're here today on Minute with Maxwell. I'm doing a series right now on parenting with purpose. And I'm sharing, really, I've done 4 lessons already of the 5 things that we wanted our children to really have under the belt by the time they became young adults. And I've talked about attitude, responsibility, relationships, self-image. And number 5, the 5th thing that is so important, is faith. Now, to be honest with you, you may not be a person of faith, so maybe you want to turn off Minute with Maxwell right now, because I don't want to in any way offend you or press you. That isn't my point. But because I'm a person of faith, it was very important for me, for my children, to have a good relationship with God, to know Him. And not only to know Him, but to be able to communicate with Him and to begin to have a real sense of Him working and living within their lives. And one of the things we found in the area of faith that was so huge was that we had to be the example of that. We had to continually share with them what we felt that God was doing in our life, or what we thought God was sharing with us, or how he was leading us, or how he was helping us to form our thoughts, our ideas, our life, our purpose, everything. In other words, we wanted to be kind of God-centered. Why? Because we wanted them to know that he is the source, because he is the source. And every good and perfect gift comes from him. And I just wanted my children to know that, so that as they went through life, kids have doubts. Kids sometimes kind of turn their back on their faith. It's very natural. But if they've watched it in the parents, and if they've seen the example, they may stray a little bit, but they'll come back. In fact, what did the scriptures say? Train a child up in the way they should go. When they're old, they won't depart from it. They'll come back. They'll come back to those roots. They'll come back to that heritage. And faith was important to us. So, 5 things that helped us parent our children with purpose: attitude, relationships, self-image, responsibility, and faith. Now, you don't have to have those 5 as a parent. Go pick your own 5. What's important to you? But I will say this. The difference between parenting and grandparenting is this. Most parents think everything's important, so they have a battle to fight every day with their children. That's not what you want. When you become a grandparent, you look back and say, nah, 90% of that stuff wasn't important anyway. Just go to the essentials, go to the basics. I think that's what Parenting with Purpose is all about. I hope you've enjoyed this series.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat, so you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Once you join KW Commercial Community, then the world of commercial real estate business opens up to you. KW Commercial is a community of 2,500 plus brokers and growing. Once you're inside the community, you have access to specific commercial real estate tools that all the other residential agents don't have access to. You have access to specific training on showing you how to become a top producing commercial broker. You have networking events, you have masterminds, you have the marketing package. You also have the relationships with other people who are inside the community who have experienced success at a higher level or a different market that you can tap into and learn and grow from. We have the answer within our organization.
I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes.
¿Qué? ¿Anda la regla?
Yeah.
Yo tengo un montón de mensajes.
Thank you.
Hi! Where's your Siron? You're on mute.
No, that was Jeremiah's job to unmute me, but that's all right. He's probably back there asleep too. Anyway, Jeremiah, he is a star. He's a cinematographer and engineer behind tonight's show, and he, by the way, is a proud product of Dr. Juan Garcia High School in Lakewood. You may find past community conversations. Guess where do you go? Where do you go?
The YouTube search bar.
Yep, and type in KOP. The moment you type KOP, Mentoring Network's going to pop right up. Click on it, and you can see tonight's show and others.
You know what would also be smart?
What's that?
To have it on Spotify. Because on Spotify now you can have video as well.
Really? How do we do that?
I don't know, but I've had my podcasts that now turn into shows.
Well, why don't you research that and let Jeremiah know and Denaya know, and we can. Hey guys, we're on YouTube this week, but a month from now, we're gonna be on Spotify. Gonna make that our quest, right?
I'll try. I'm not
Gotta
that
do more than try. All right, so you're on spring break. Gotta do more than try. You have a week off. Anyway,
I don't.
You have something to tell us about the Women's Club at Delray Beach.
Well, yes, because this segment is brought to you by the Women's Club of Delray Beach, which has been improving the quality of life for our residents of Delray Beach since its inception in 1902. The Women's Club of Delray Beach, formerly the Ladies Improvement Society, was founded by a group of 18 women who are credited with establishing a lot of programs around the city of Delray Beach. It's a part of the General Federation of Women's Club, which was founded in 1890 as an international women's organization dedicated to community improvement by enhancing the lives of others. It is one of the world's largest and oldest women's volunteer service organizations. Accomplishments include establishing the city's public library, building a ward at Bethesda Memorial Hospital, raising the money to build the bridge over the Intercoastal Waterway, and several other perks and benefits we enjoy in the city of Delray Beach. You may want to learn more about the Women's Club of Delray Beach by visiting delraywomensclub.com.
Yep, that is such a worthwhile organization. But guess what? We're going to be out of here early tonight. Thank God Denaya Strong's not around, so we can be out of here in 15 minutes to spare. And I'll have enough time to go back to my...
And eat dinner.
Yeah, have dinner. But before we go, let's do some shout outs to some of our community conversations classrooms, starting with Miss Sula and her Cardinals at Lewiston Altura School in Lewiston, Minnesota. Oh, there's a Lewiston in Minnesota too. Okay.
Miss Summery and her Guardians at Child of God Lutheran School in St. Peters, Missouri.
Missouri. I don't remember having any Missourians listening to us, but that's good. And Mrs. Ochiltree, Miss Ochiltree and her Jags at Rock Creek and Enki, Iowa.
Wow. Well, guys, that will about do it for this week's episode of Community Conversations.
Don't forget to tell them they had to vote this weekend, next week. Don't forget to tell them.
You gotta vote. Anyways, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, my best friend just arrived when... Hi.
I'll put her on the phone. Put her on the line. Hi. I heard the voice. I need to see the face. Well, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It seemed like the last time we saw you was a few months ago. You have grown since then.
It was last week, I think.
Excuse me. So on this Friday night, what are you guys gonna do tonight?
No, I don't know.
What is there to do in Costa Rica on a Friday night, though?
What? A lot. A lot, actually. Actually, we're trying to go to a party tomorrow. Hopefully, my dad lets us.
Why should he let you guys?
Because we're well behaved.
I don't know about that, Amelia. I'm not sure about you. You may be a bad influence on. And what's your friend's name? What's your best friend's name? I should have known her name. I heard her name before.
Daniela.
Daniela, is Amelia a good influence on you, or she sometimes cross the line?
It depends.
All right, I'll reserve that comment, Daniela, because I don't want you guys incriminating yourselves.
Okay.
But whatever you do, make sure you have a safe weekend, have a good one. And Daniela, who knows? Next week, you might be sitting in the seat where Amelia is, and you might be the co-host of the show.
Oh my God, I'd love to.
Amelia, you heard that?
I'm asking her if she's for real.
Are you serious?
Yeah, maybe I'll think about it.
No. You don't have to think about it. You think about it now because, hey, do you know, Amelia, I was just thinking about it. It's been 4 years since we've been on. Wow, we've been on a long, long time. And guess what, Daniela?
What?
We have not missed one show in 4 years. We've come very, very, very close to missing the show. But people like Neil, people like Jeremiah, Mr. Jason has bailed us out. Amelia bailed us out. And that's why I want to make sure people like you are ready. Because once Amelia gets a boyfriend, she's going to dump you to the curb. You know that.
No!
And I'm going to need you. Hey, I'm going to need you to stay on a Friday night. Mr. C. Ron, that's fine. I'm feeling for Amelia.
No. The probabilities of me getting a boyfriend are very low.
No, it's
really? Why? Why? Because there are no good guys in Costa Rica?
She just said it's impossible.
Why? Because you're bossy?
I'm very picky. And men here, well, men in general sometimes are not ideal.
Okay, conversation for another show. We're gonna wait and let Miss Franklin help you with that in that show. Okay. Well, Daniela and Amelia. I tell you what, Amelia, why don't you let Daniela do the last part of the show? That will about do it for this week. Come on, Daniela, move over, Amelia.
That will about do it for this week's episode of Community Conversations.
No, stop. Let's do it again with some emphasis and smile. Sit up. Up some more. There you go.
Did they?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Please join us again next week where we will have another dose of news by and about what young people are doing both in the community and around the world. From the entire team, have a safe and enjoyable weekend.
And Amelia, I must say, Amelia, you did great. Amelia, she did better than you did the first time. Oh, my God. Ladies, hey, have a good one. Let me go to my food now. But thank you, Daniela, Amelia, thank you as usual. And I'll see you guys next week. How about that?
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.